Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Wouldn't you love to be a business owner without ever having to show up at work? Imagine if you could sit back, watch your company grow, and collect the dividends. Now, this situation might sound like a pipe dream, but is closer to reality than you think with Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Phil teaches you the basics of stock trading and investing. For only $49.95 a month, you have complete access to all Phil's Gang material, plus Phil's daily live trading class where you'll learn how to invest in stocks. And Phil will tell you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any other location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grande has been helping people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies for over 15 years. Wouldn't you love to be a business owner? Wouldn't you love to take full control of your financial future? With Phil's Gang, you can. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything being taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee maintained the target range for the federal funds rate at 1/4 to 1/2%. This accommodative policy should support further progress toward our statutory objectives of maximum employment and price stability.
There you have it. No rate hike. And for all of you who've been listening to me every day, what did I tell you? There is no way she can raise rates. It's impossible. First of all, she has a problem. She's going against history. Going against history. What's that mean? That means every time we raised rates, in the last 35 years, we always had a rally. First, they went up 14%. In the last 118 times that we raised rates since 1950, we've always had a GDP of 4.5%. We never raised rates below 4.5% when our GDP, our economic growth, was below 4.5%. Never. And the rally we did have off the February lows that gave us a 14% rally was all phony. And it's now started to retrace. In the last few weeks, as you remember, she came out when she was petrified this market was going to drop 20%. She put the brakes on by lying to us and saying she's going to raise rates in June. I told you then she can't. Not only because of what I just told you now, history of raising rates, which your market's got to be set up to raise rates. You just can't raise them. And she's such a dope. She just comes out and says, we'll raise it. The reason why she said she was going to raise rates, she knew she wasn't. She's always after the European money. The European market is terrible. People in Europe are looking for yields, chasing yields all over the world. So she decides to fool everybody. She's a black widow. This old grandmother look is just like Buffett. Old shucks Buffett. He puts on that act. Oh, nice grandfather. He'll cut your throat. If you turn your back, that guy. He's one of the meanest, vicious businessmen in this country. Don't take her looks on B as the old grandma. Going to go to grandma's for the weekend. No. She lied. And I told you she lied. Because she knows she can tell the Europeans, hey, look over here. We're doing terrific. Because she knows the American investor is pulling money out of the market long term. You take the banks, the 5 largest banks. You take the pension funds, the mutual funds, the institutions. They're investing, but short term. Very short term. Some 2 to 5 days. 2 to 5 months is a long-term form. Very short term. So she's got to get the European money. The only way she can get it is lie and say we got a great economy, and therefore they'll drop their dollar, or they'll dump their euros to buy dollars, because you got the dollars to buy stocks. And when you buy stocks, that tells you, look, dollar's going up. That's an indication of a healthy market. Stock market's going up, of course. And then you got the yields going up with an interest rate. And yields tell you how healthy your market is. If you have high yields, they're telling you the economy's doing well looking forward. If the yields are going down your 10-year treasury, it's very simple. It tells you your economy sucks. And yields have been dropping like a flying crowbar from 1.8 down to 1.6, 1.5 now. So she was lying. And she got this rally. She got the rally off, what she was looking for. She's got to get Hillary elected. She needs to keep the stock market up. So the lie that she told that we're going to raise rates, it worked for a little while. And then she tricked everybody by dropping the unemployment rate, which has been an average of 215,000 jobs every month for the last year. This 1 month. 1 month, she dropped it to 38,000. She manipulated that 38,000 so that the dollar would drop and push the stock market up, and it did. And she knew everybody would forget about that 38,000. Everybody would be looking at the 4.5%. And by the way, the president could go out and say, look, vote for Hillary. It's my policies that brought the 10% unemployment rate when I got into office 8 years ago down to where it is at 4.7%. It's the 14 million jobs that did that, when it's such a lie. 14 million jobs had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. That you have more people dropping out who are already unemployed. They don't have a job, but they quit looking for work. So the market rallied, and then it started to give it up in the last few days. I said it would. I said this rally, she's not going to raise rates, and I said this rally that we've had on the S&P was going to be short-lived because there is no earnings, no revenues. Look, when you have a stock market, there's only two things to keep a market rally going up. We went up, remember, since 2009, 167% in the S&P. 167%. Now think about it. What drove the market up 167%? First of all, what drove it up was the QE1. When they went in, the Federal Reserve went in and gave the banks all kinds of money. They changed the accounting rules for the banks. So their assets on a mortgage that was a $100,000 mortgage, they couldn't sell it for $5,000. They changed the accounting rules so they could put it back up to $5,000 and say it was worth $5,000. All kinds of bank tricks, all kinds of accounting tricks. And then you had, on top of that, printing money to buy bonds. Year after year, you keep printing money to buy bonds, so to keep the yields down, to force everybody out of the bond markets, get them into the stock market. Then you have more printing of money to put $3.2 trillion into the stock market directly to push stocks up. Then you print another $5.2 billion to get to the corporations to buy their own shares back to push the market up. That's what we've had for 8 years. All this phoniness. This is the problem. So there is no recovery. Obamanomics has not worked. Think about it. It's dramatically increased both consumer and government debt. Doubled our debt. Doubled it since 8 years ago. Driven U.S. workers out of the labor force in a manipulation of statistics designed to allow the Bureau of Labor Statistics to report an unemployment rate that is so artificially low it makes you sick. It's increased health care costs. Unbelievable. Despite the passage of this Affordable Care Act, which nothing in Affordable Care Act, no mandates, nothing in there, no laws, no statutes to say it's got to be affordable. It produced no economic recovery. And U.S. growth rates are still hovering at a near recession level. We have economic stagnation is what we have. She's going to raise rates? No, she's a liar. Look what they did to us with the student loans. Think about it. The origin of the student loan program was Bill Clinton. He signed an act in 1993, Reconciliation Act. That set up a phase where we'd have direct government lending for student loans that replaced the program of government guarantees of private student loans, arranged through mostly banks. What did Obama do? He comes in, his administration, in his first quarter 2009, student loans, remember, were only $146 billion. Now it's $1 trillion. This is unbelievable. In signing the Health Care and Education Reconciliation Act of 2010, Obama engineered a government takeover of the student loans, which you and I are responsible for. There's no recovery. All there is more debt. We'll be right back after these messages.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart. And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. And boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short. Me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Wouldn't you love to be a business owner without ever having to show up at work? Imagine if you could sit back, watch your company grow, and collect the dividends. Now, this situation might sound like a pipe dream, but is closer to reality than you think with Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Phil teaches you the basics of stock trading and investing. For only $49.95 a month, you have complete access to all Phil's Gang material, plus Phil's daily live trading class where you'll learn how to invest in stocks. And Phil will tell you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any other location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grande has been helping people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies for over 15 years. Wouldn't you love to be a business owner? Wouldn't you love to take full control of your financial future? With Phil's Gang, you can. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Ongoing economic growth and an improving labor market underpin our inflation outlook. Proceeding cautiously in raising our interest rate target will allow us to verify that economic growth will return to a moderate pace, that the labor market will strengthen further, and that inflation will continue to make progress toward our 2% objective.
Really? Welcome back to Phil's Gang. That's a lie. They keep telling us our inflation rate is 0.6%, and her target's 2%. That is ridiculous. Just go to the supermarket. It's a lie. Why do they keep it there? Why do they lie about inflation? So they can keep interest rates low. So they can loan government money to government to pay the $400 billion a year in interest on both the $20 trillion deficit. 20 trillion national debt we owe, and then about another 125 trillion we owe on all the entitlements. So it's an advantage for them to lie about the rate of inflation, because if they told us the real rate of inflation, which is 8%, then everybody would be screaming. How could you have money so cheap? You can't do that. So they continue to lie about inflation to keep providing money to the government real cheap to pay the interest on our liabilities. They also don't want to raise they don't want to have to give the 80 million people on Social Security their cost of living raise. They don't want to do that either. It's all fraud. Everything's fraud with these people. That's why the beautiful thing about the stock market, and by the way, let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. The thing that's beautiful about the market, we've now, stock prices and the stock are totally disconnected. Totally disconnected. You haven't got to know a thing about the company. All you want to know, the institutions that own that stock, they're mostly the same institutions, the same banks, the same pension funds, the same mutual funds. Are they buying it? And if they buy it, we buy it. Well, they color-coded technology, and it works. And the beautiful thing about the color-coded technology, the most important thing, when you invest in a stock market, the money you're putting in is hard-earned money. You worked for it. When you invest, your first responsibility is to make sure that money that you have to invest, you protect it with your life. You protect it. That's why you don't have 401ks. Giving somebody, a stranger, this 401k program is such a fraud. The guy who designed the 401k program came out and finally said he doesn't even have a 401k. He's so embarrassed about it. It became total fraud. So your job is to make sure that you're going to buy a stock, going to make sure that setup is there, where the institutions are coming in. You can't trust the financial press, for God's sakes. Look at CNBC. My God. Steve Leisman. The guy's a boob. They'll tell you anything. They'll tell you anything. They get paid to tell you to fluff stuff up. So the beautiful thing about the market today, you just got to follow the money. And we do that with color technology. That's our PT2. I've told you over and over and over. Look just in the last few days. Home Depot went down 6%. MPC went down 11%. TGP went down 21%. We are able to catch these shorts, make money as the market was going down because of the color-coded technology. It works. But the most important thing about color-coded technology, the PT2, is it tells you when not to take your money and invest. That's the most important. If you're looking at a stock like Macy's or JCPenney or 3M or whatever, Starbucks, you should know when not to invest, when not to take your hard-earned money and put it in. Isn't that important? I think that's the most important thing about the technology I have, is to tell you not to put your money in. And that's why we opened up again. We're asking for 20 more ambassadors. We got the first 20, and they're going to go out and tell people how wonderful it is. I need another 20. We started yesterday. We have now 12 left. 12. That's it, 12. And I wanted to get this cleaned up in 2 days, so I don't have to talk about it every day. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. This is your chance. You join the gang, and then you get the PT2 for 4 weeks free. Just for 4 weeks. Then we shut you off if you don't want to continue with it. 4 weeks. No obligation. The other 4 weeks, you don't sign up for it, it's gone. You're no obligation. But I will tell you, when you use this chart, this color-coded technology, simply green to buy, red to sell, and it'll tell you when not to buy and when not to sell. You'll love it. And it's for people who are so busy, they don't have time to breathe. They got to take their kids here, take their kids there. They're busy with this, busy with that. This is what it's designed for, so you don't have to listen to these dopes, these managers, money managers, or listen to these TV shows. It's so simple. And at the end of 4 weeks, if you're not convinced, you just stop. There's no cost, no nothing. It's just the $49.95. That's what it costs to join the gang. And then you get this PT2, this application for 4 weeks free. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. And we have 13 slots. I got looking for 13 more ambassadors. 13 more ambassadors. Okay. I told you she was not going to raise rates. We know she's not going to raise rates because, first of all, it doesn't fit the criteria. Doesn't fit the criteria. Since 1950 and 118 rate hikes, the GDP was never lower than 4.5%. They would only raise rates if the economic growth was 4.5% or higher. We've been at 1.9%. For 35 years, the other criteria, we never raised rates unless we had a previous rally first of 14%. We're not talking about a manipulated rally. We're talking about a rally because of increased revenues, top line sales, margins. We have revenues growth. We didn't have that. So how could she raise rates when she didn't meet those two criteria? She wasn't going to raise rates. She was just trying to get European people to come over here and start buying. How can we have a recovery when under this president, this administration, and we're told that nothing's going to change if Hillary Clinton gets in, when we have this food stamp program that's grown from $54.8 billion in 2009 to $70 billion? Are you nuts? Unbelievable. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. I just need 13 more ambassadors.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine with the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or Go to philsgang.com.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran it 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market. On 5/29, that's May 29th, I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything is taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bowl. Or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing. Because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Crashing into me like waves. Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And it's also brought to you by Walter's Way. That's right, Walter Scheer, author, first-time author. This book received the 2016 Silver Axiom Business Book Award. All proceeds go to Vera and Walter Scheer Foundation. This is a wonderful book written by a 92-year young, iconic entrepreneur. He's the one that was responsible for the fax machine. He also bought and sold 50 of these largest companies in the country. Imagine that, 50 of them. 50. He also, if it wasn't for Walter, there would be no Polaris nuclear program, missile program, submarine program. He's the one that made sure that you could navigate the missiles and navigate the submarine. I mean, it goes on and on what he has done in his life. He lost all his money on the fax machine. He's a billionaire. And then the Chinese stole it from him. Japanese stole it from him. Japanese stole it from him. Panasonic. The day they stole it from him, they gave him an award at the base of Mount, Fuji. At the base, they had a big celebration for him. Little did he know, in the back room, while they're giving him medals and honors of this fax machine being their partner and how he changed the world with fax machine, they're screwing him. Soon he hears nothing from him. Where's my partner? Can't get anybody on the phone. They stole his idea. They stole it from him. He was in court for 3 years, lost everything, had a little bit of money left. And he, as like a true entrepreneur, he got up and he started doing deals again, doing deals. Got on his feet. Now he has one of the biggest oil companies and gas companies in the country. It's located in Texas. I mean, from nothing, he lost it all. He wasn't a young man when he lost it. This guy's an incredible man. 92 years young. These are real entrepreneurs. These are the John Waynes of business. You don't see people like that anymore. You got today in the business community today, you got to take a shower when you deal with these people. This man, you shake his hand. That's all you need. Don't you need a contract? So you want to learn about a real entrepreneur? The George Soros, who put George Soros to shame. Even put Trump to shame. Incredible. Okay. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get this book, Walter's Way. All right. Remember now, sign up. Look, there is no, what we've proved, Yellen has proved, she's been lying about the economy. There is no stock market. There's only a market for individual stocks. The sooner you learn that, the sooner you get out of these 401ks, and understand it, you'll start making money again. You'll have a nice retirement once you understand that. If you stay in these 401ks, you're not going to make money. Now, I'm not going to give you any guarantee. I'm saying I'm going to make you rich. All I'm going to tell you is you're a gang member and you have the color-coded technology PT2. It tells you when to buy by turning green, when to sell by turning red, and it tells you when not to do anything, that's the most valuable part to it. So you don't listen to some bonehead on CNBC on Bulls and Bears or one of those shows come on to buy this because in 10 years it's going to be here, in 20 years it's going to be there. Like this nonsense.
MGM, it's one of my largest consumer positions, actually. And a lot of that is because they're doing really good things in Las Vegas. The supply-demand situation in Las Vegas is really very favorable. So they're getting price increases. They have room.
Supply and demand. What's that got to do with anything? You know what it has to do with? Let me tell you about MGM. You know why the price goes up? If the 5 biggest banks, the 5 biggest mutual funds, the 5 biggest pension funds, the 5 biggest hedge funds decide they want to buy it. And they all buy together. They're in cahoots with each other. When they want the price to go down, they pull their money out. You think they care about what she's saying? Are you kidding? They don't even need profits anymore. They don't even plow their profits back into the companies. They don't even plow it back in anymore. They use it to they could push the stock up. Now take a look at the stock. Are you nuts? There's 4 steps to a stock, 4 segments to a stock. This is on what we call the 3rd segment. That's the segment where you should be getting out, or at least taking profits. And they're telling you to get in today? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You should have been getting in this stock at $19. Not today at $25. It was a 31% rally. She's telling you to get in now. That's why you don't listen to these people on these shows. And that's what you're going to get when you're with the gang. You don't have to come to classes or anything else. It's so simple. 1 minute a day. Go to the working investors. Click in. I'm going to go on Phil's Gang Working Investor. You click in, and for my ambassadors, just go in there, and it tells you, okay, let's add to our position or not add. Let's buy or not buy. Just try it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks, you don't have to pay for it. You join the gang, $49.95, and then you get the color-coded technology, the PT2 for free, and then I will guarantee you after 4 weeks, you'll keep it. And if you don't, we just shut it off. There's no obligation. Okay, we only have 13 left. We need 13 more ambassadors. Please call now, 877-600-GANG. Steve and Alex will take your call. Okay. So again, here we go. Nothing happened today. No rate hike because she can't raise rates. She remembers what happened in January. She remember what happened. First of all, this is another thing. The immigration problem. Everybody's talking about bringing Obama. Everybody's after Trump. Oh, he's mean to the Syrian refugees where ISIS is. Oh, he's mean. He doesn't want to bring the 10,000 refugees in this year. You know why? We can't afford them. We can't afford them. Bringing 10,000 refugees at a cost of $130 million just for 1 year? Over the next 50 years, the cost of these additional refugees will be like $7 billion. We can't afford it. Just 1 year after being in the United States, if they have a U.S.-born child, those children are immediately eligible for services, all kinds of services. The 10,000 refugees would be in addition to the already 70,000 refugees. This is nuts. Did you know there are 80 programs for these refugees at a cost of nearly $900 billion per year, where we provide them cash and food and housing and medical and all these services? Are you kidding? Medicaid, food stamps, the refundable earned income tax credit, public housing, supplement security income, temporary assistance needy. He makes so many programs, this Obama, you can't keep up with them all. The average immigrant that comes in from Syria, who could be an ISIS member, we don't know because there's no way to vet them. He wants them to come in here. And just think of the economic cost, that's all. Never mind if they're from Syria, from China, or wherever. We can't afford them. We can't afford them. Are you kidding? Think about this. They will cost us $46,582 in government. That's what we spend on them with government benefits. You know what they'll give us in tax money? $5,000. $5,000. But you and I got to pay and supplement $46,582 that under all the services they're going to get, and they give us $5,000 in return. Something's wrong. This is wrong. And we're paying them to get ready to go in and shoot up some nightclub. How do we know? We don't know who's good or bad. Okay, right now we need 10 now, only 10.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. There's so much bad news out there. Let me give you some good news. The good news is you can retire when you're 65 years of age. You can live the same lifestyle you've come accustomed to, but you're going to have to make a change. And what's that change? To get rid of your 401k. It's a scam. It doesn't work. We've never seen more people pulling their money out of 401ks than right now. $40 billion just in this last few quarters, because they know it doesn't work. So they're taking their money and stuffing it in the mattress. That's not what to do. Look, it's not about the money you put away. It's about how you invest that money. And clearly 401ks don't work. But it does work here at Phil's Gang. philsgang.com, where we just got a return of over 35% in copper.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With the false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009 and they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I've often in my statements and remarks talked about headwinds that reflect lingering effects of the financial crisis.
Do you believe this stuff?
To the extent that there are headwinds, I think many of us expect that these headwinds would gradually diminish over time, and that's a reason why you see the upward path for rates.
Oh, God, what an idiot. This woman doesn't know what she's doing. She has no clue what she's doing. She's going to raise rates when construction spending's collapsing. We haven't seen construction collapsing this bad, construction spending this bad since 2009. Bellwether month, May. Auto sales dropped 18%. And she's going to raise rates. Imagine she's going to raise rates when auto sales are dropping and auto manufacturing makes up 40% of the overall manufacturing in the United States. She's going to raise rates. This dope. She's a liar. She's just trying to pump this market up. So here's what's going to happen. I told you this. She wasn't going to raise rates. They've got to keep this market rallying between now and November. There is no way to support this recent rally. They already wiped out half of it. And I told you they'd wipe out all of it. then they're going to have to come in with QE. There's no choice. If they want to give Hillary the election, she's got to be able to point to the market and say, look what Obama did, because Obama's going to be out there first. He's out there every day saying, it's my 14 million jobs. It's my policies, why we have an unemployment rate of 4.7%, why the economy is doing so good, so wonderful, why we're in this recovery, how I saved it was my policies, my legacy. That's all he's after. So please vote for Hillary. She's going to continue with my policies. And look at the stock market, he's going to say. He's already saying that. So they got to artificially keep this market up. So what's that mean? There is no stock market. There's none. There's no stock market. There's only wonderful individual stocks. You think money's going to go away? We got a whole bunch of crooks on Wall Street. Whole bunch of crooks. They're going to always make money. So they're going to take different stocks, individual stocks, and make money on the individual stocks. That's what it's about. So I want you to be with me when this happens. It's happening right now. So when everything starts crumbling here, gold's going to go through the roof. We already up in one of our gold stocks over 100% AU. GDX, we're up 80%. And then when the market came down in the last few days, we were short, and Home Depot went down 6%. A refiner went down 11%, MPC, and we were there. Why? How do we know to do that? Because it's color-coded. You don't have to worry about the company. You don't have to know anything about the company. When it turns from green to red, we get out or sell short. Red to green, we buy. Check it out. Now, I only have 10 left. Let's get rid of this today. I need 10 ambassadors. Remember, this is a pretty gutsy thing, this ambassador program. Because the 20 ambassadors, if this thing doesn't work, are going to go out. Now we'll have 40 of them. Could go out and say, this doesn't work. Don't listen to Phil Grande. I mean, it's a gutsy move. It is. Think about it. So I'm offering another a group of 20. You join my gang, and for 4 weeks, you use our color-coded technology to PT2, free. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, if you like it, you keep it. If not, then we just close you off. That's all. All right. The banks are starting to come down. The market's down 41 points. Exactly what I told my gang was going to happen. She didn't raise rates. Now, I got to quickly, before we leave, I got to tell you something else. It drives me nuts. For the people who are in these 401ks. It drives me crazy. There are so few benefits to mutual fund investing. It's incredible. People don't realize that. 401k mutual funds. The marketing alone, they charge the fees you have to pay for their marketing. The marketing fees, all hidden. Isn't this amazing? 86%, not only do you pay all their fees, all their hidden fees for marketing, you don't get it, you don't see it, but 86% of the mutual fund managers that you have in your 401k, the manager, they're underperforming the market because they're dopes. What do they care? What do they care? They get paid. They don't get paid on performance. They get paid a salary. Here's another thing that drives me nuts about your 401k. Why you're so much better off. You lose control of your money. You are paid money, right, by your employer. You have that money in your hands for what, 5 seconds? And then it's whisked away into this account, and you can't look at it again for 20 to 35 years unless you want to pay a massive penalty. How stupid is that? That's an investment? What are you, nuts? You need total control over your money. Here is why you want control. Because why would you got to control your money. Because the market returns, just on the S&P, you should be making in your mutual funds about 7 to 10% a year. You're not. The average 401k mutual fund investor has gotten returns about 1.8% a year. What are you, nuts? Because here's one reason why. The majority of these fund managers, they pulled out all the money right before the market rallied at 164%. That's how stupid they are. They always do that. They're like cattle. They follow each other. Can you think about this? In 2009, just before the market was rallying, and we told everybody, buy the banks, this market's going to rally. I even said, buy Goldman Sachs so you can tell your kids you own Goldman Sachs at $64. It'll be historic. But they pulled out your money. They got you out and put you in bonds. How stupid was that? By keeping interest rates low, That kills bonds. If you're in a bond, you're getting your face ripped off. This is crazy. And let's say you put money in your 401k at the age, you're 29. You're making much less money than you probably will be at, right? 59, am I right? Sure you will. So your tax rate is less than what your tax rate at 59, forgetting completely that the taxes might be raised between now and then. So we don't really know if you are saving money on taxes or not. How stupid is that? You have no control. You're simply having your money taken from you for 30 years. And if you want it, you get a big penalty. And they hide everything. And when you take out your money in a 401k, you are taking out more than you put in because your expenses are higher. So your tax rate will even be higher. Again, isn't that ruining the entire point of putting in pre-tax income? The employer match. This is something else that's so stupid. And look, at the guy who came up with these 401ks, he's telling you they're lousy. Why are you in them? Do you think companies really pay you free money? What are you, nuts? It's like people who wait for their tax return. They really believe that tax return they get, they wait for the check and they plan to buy a snowmobile or ski mobile or watermobile or some mobile. And they think, oh, I'm waiting for my check. Look at this free. Government's giving me free money. It's not free money. They screwed you for a year. They used your money interest free. It's the same thing with the 401k. Same thing. You really think companies are giving you free money, paying you free money? What are you, nuts? Do you know that companies that don't have an employer match, by the way, pay higher salaries? That's right. Companies that don't have an employer match pay higher salaries for every dollar an employer contributes to 401k match. They pay 99 cents less in salary. 99 cents. So you're better off making sure you're with an employer that doesn't make a match. Can you imagine? You make more money being with a company that doesn't make a match. And all this big savings they tell us. What do you mean savings? Remember, the employers don't give you all this money at once. They spread it out, 4 or 6 years? If you leave before the 6 years, you're screwed. You don't get the match. So employers actually save money in the long run by installing you in a 401k. And don't you think they figured out the numbers? Few employees stay in their job for 6 years. Only 12.2% of people stay at their job for more than 6 years. That's why they figured it out. Between the 4 and 6 years, you leave, you're screwed. There's no insurance on mutual funds. That's right. You think there's mutual funds? You think there's insurance? There's none. There's no insurance on mutual funds. That's right. Even though they're regulated by the government, there's no insurance against loss. The Federal Deposit Insurance, FDIC, only insures against certain losses of banks, credit unions, savings. That's it. Okay, join my gang right now and get your color-coded PT2. Try it for 4 weeks. 877-600-GANG. We only have about 10 ambassador slots left. Absolutely free for your 4 weeks, and you're going to love it because it works. It works.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.